I am so excited today because this is my third very first interview and I'll explain that later. But I am with the fascinating, amazing singer-songwriter INGA LILJESTROM, and she's she was based here in Sydney, but she's been living in Europe for the last 7-8 years.
Oh yeah, yep, 9 years, yeah.
Mm. And Inga and I met 12 years ago when I interviewed her on my radio show on FBI. And there's a really interesting story to why Inga and I have reconnected after all these years. It's sort of come full circle, but one night I got into a cab and the cab driver had this radio station playing, and there was this beautiful, haunting, dark, melancholic ballad playing, and I was just mesmerised and captivated. And I said, "What station is this?" And he said, "Oh, it's this new local community station called FBI." And I said, "Oh, wow." And that night I found out that the song was Bullet, and the song was played by this lovely lady here. And she's the reason why I'm doing this now. Well, she's the major catalyst for me getting back and doing interviews, because I used to interview musicians, and Inga was probably one of the very first musicians that I interviewed on the radio show. After hearing her song being played in this cab, I eventually got her on. I got my own show somehow, then I got Inga on, and there we were. And this is 2005, I think, so a good 12 years ago. And Inga's back in Australia. She's just done a couple of shows here in Sydney at Avoca Beach. And I went to her show last night, which was absolutely magical, really, really beautiful. And I thought I'd just sit down and catch up with her and see what she's been up to in the last 12 years. A lot. But if you haven't heard of her, I really, really, really suggest you check her out. There's very few female singer-songwriters that I like or admire. She's probably in the top 3 of
That's
all
lovely.
time.
Thank you.
And that, you know, that includes Kate Bush and Sade. She's probably up there.
Sade, I love it.
Stevie Nicks.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love Kate Bush, by the
And
way.
yeah.
Who doesn't, though?
But
There are some.
You know what? Inga has been described as Australia's best kept secret by Steve Kilbey, who's obviously, you guys know Steve Kilbey from the church. So that is huge. Like, seriously, she is the best kept secret. I do not know why. We just want to hold on to it. But her music has been described as like so many vast genre juggling, sort of hopping. She's done everything from, oh my God, alternative rock, country noir, jazz, like just everything. She crosses genres like no one that I know. But she has this haunting country noir sound that I love. These beautiful dark. If you read the reviews, yeah, like last night, you just get tingles up. I think there was a review done in France of something like butterflies traveling through the gut. I don't know. It was just really riveting. And she holds you in sort of a suspense. And Inga has this quality that she's able to pierce the nuances of your soul, like your melodic heart and soul, to like the deepest, bitterest, sweet, strangest depths. Like it's the most beautifulest thing ever. But
oh dear, I can sit here and listen to this.
She's a muse of mine, so I'm really, really, really excited to have Inga here. Inga, so people have been saying that your music's so European that it made you move to Europe. So what happened? How did you get to live in France?
Yes, good question. Okay, so firstly, I had some interest from a record label there. So that was, well, actually, firstly, I went for took myself on a holiday. And I went to Canada, and then I went to Paris, and I couldn't believe Paris. I spent 3 days, just stayed up for 3 days, basically, and walked the town. I had huge blisters on my feet, and just fell in love with that. And and I kind of, what did I do? I must have put my music out there somehow, and a label became interested. And I've had 4 labels in Paris now. Not all of them went very well. But the latest one, I got something in my throat. Sorry, camera people.
We're doing this all natural, stripped back, which is how I like it. Actually, I forgot to tell you.
I just had some dates, by the way. Heard your dates.
Some amazing drag dates, and we're actually sitting in the what do you call this? The doorway.
Of this amazing church
in the cemetery in Newtown.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to do a couple of different shots because Inga's going to sing a cappella for us later.
Good indeed. It's a beautiful church. A lot of history in this church.
Yeah.
She used to hang in this.
I had my
grounds.
pagan-y gothic days in here.
Yeah. I spent many an hour wandering through this.
Like France,
okay, France. Sorry. There we go. Back on track.
I mean, the south of France is also on my bucket list. We were talking about bucket lists.
Yeah.
And I have family there, and I keep telling Inga over the years, I'm coming. I'll visit
You have
her.
to get there. Yeah,
But,
it's beautiful.
She did a tour in the south of France. How was that?
Yeah, great. So, when I got to Paris, I didn't end up going with that label, but they asked me to form a band, which I did do, and we did some fantastic gigs, and but I didn't want to go through with that label. It was just too many weird personality collisions, which does happen in the industry, and I didn't really want to go with them. Anyway, so I formed this band, and we ended up doing some touring, and then another label was interested, and we recorded a live album in a house in France. And so I've done a bit of touring for that album. It was a rock album, and so we did some touring South France, just beautiful. And also I've got a duo with a violinist, and we do some house concerts, which is kind of even better because you get to really taste, what the village is like, and get to meet the locals, and you all hang out, and you're at someone's house. It's just a really nice way to do it.
And you have there's something special about Inga's live, intimate, acoustic and all full band performances. You really get to, find yourself dripping in this sonic kind of, environment. Like it's so palpable, the passion, the love that goes into her songs, the lyrical, just the ambience of what exudes from Inga's music and whoever she's playing with at the time. It's just like last night, you could hear a pin drop sort of thing.
Last night was beautiful, and the musicianship was just extraordinary. And we hadn't really played together before, so it was just really nice that it all flowed. You have to leave some space for either mistakes or magic.
Yeah, that's what I love about it, is that raw element that you have where you guys can just joke around, and it brings out the character of each musician and each person. It's not this slick kind of even though those things are great. Yeah,
those things are great, but we're not just pushing the button and it kind of begins.
Exactly.
It's just like, okay, let's work this together, and everyone can really put themselves into it rather than just reading the music.
Yeah. And you could tell that there was just had this complete bond, and you just checking each other out, sort of like,
yeah.
But it's just absolutely magical. Like the shows that I've seen, like I've seen it at the Vanguard at Newtown, and if you haven't been to a live gig, you just have to go and see Inga. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if she's doing any more in Sydney, because she's obviously here for the holidays, and I'm so lucky that she actually took some time out today to actually even come.
It's lovely. Yeah.
But I'm so excited because I've been following her progress, apart from being social media friends as well, and she's done a couple of let's say film and movie kind of projects. Like, so your song, which I absolutely love as well, Bloodstain.
Oh yeah.
Was on the promo for this UK Dracula series.
That's right.
It's the killer. It's the bloodstain. It's the way he says my name. It's the killer. It's the bloodstain. It's the way he says my name. Over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, so well, basically it was very odd. It was another one of those odd interactions with a record label where they didn't tell me it was happening. I think they just wanted to squander all the money. And so luckily enough, the actual so Sky TV contacted me and said, "Isn't that great?" I'm thinking, what's great? Who are you? And so then the label had to front up and go, yeah, this is happening. And so it was great that they actually wrote to me, and it was great that the Bloodstain was used to promo this really good series of Dracula.
Yeah.
So not that I saw it, but I'm sure it was fantastic.
I don't think
it
we
was
got
great.
it here in Australia, but
Yeah.
it starred Jonathan Rhys
Yeah,
Meyers or Myers?
Myers or something.
Myers.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. So that's good.
Yeah, so I thought,
Yeah.
ooh, and that song just suited the theme, the vibe of the whole series.
Yeah. And the great thing was, so they used one version of it, and then they had,
different versions.
they had another season of it, and they were, can't remember quite what happened, but we thought, we'll just do another version of the song.
Yeah.
So they used a kind of a rocky version first of all,
They
and then the
did,
second one was much more filmic. Oh,
Yeah.
really big strings and things.
I love that version. I think is that the version.
We Have Tigers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the version I love.
Yeah, I think I do
Wow,
too.
and she also did some the Wild Antarctica.
Yeah.
The backing soundtrack.
Yeah, with Richard Sidey and Alicia Young. So they are amazing nature photographers and filmers. So they spend their life going to all of these incredible places.
Wow.
And getting really up close with nature, and so this was all set in the Antarctica, and I've always been drawn to ice and that whole, that's that Scandinavian part of me or something, maybe.
She's partly Scandinavian.
Yeah, it's partly Finnish. Yep, exactly. So I had the joy of writing to this beautiful footage of whales and rainbows from the whales spouting, just incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It sounds,
So that was a bit good.
you've got to check that out because it's something
Yeah.
that...
Oh, it just picked up an award in New York for Best Nature and Music Film. Yeah. And
Awesome.
National Geographic put it, and so it's good. It's
Okay,
and
definitely
it
check
deserves
it out.
to because it's just, the footage.
I'm going to
is
put
just,
links
well,
at the bottom of this so you guys can all check out everything that Inga's done.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you did the sound installation for something at Vivid Festival. Was that last
Oh,
year or the year
yes.
before? Because I went to that and I actually saw it and I went, oh my god, Inga did the sound for this.
Yeah, so that was light origami.
Yeah.
And what was called light origami? God, it feels like lifetimes ago. Anyway, it was this beautiful piece made by a Japanese artist.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, I had a very late night last night with the group. Anyway, he made this beautiful dome made out of, it's like kind of perspex or something, and reflective glass mirrors. And so I made a piece for that. And it was just very much like a meditation going in there.
Yeah, it was very atmospheric because the night that I attended, it was actually lightly sprinkling with rain.
Oh, that would
so
be
it
nice.
added even more like, ooh,
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, it was a lovely installation.
Oh, it was,
But most things are for those light festivals. Aren't they?
yeah. Vivid's always great.
Yeah, well, that one travelled around the world because there's light festivals all over the world.
Oh,
So then we went over to Arizona.
that's
I
right.
got a trip to Arizona. Oh, Sedona. Oh,
Oh, Sedona, magical
yeah,
place.
exactly.
Amazing vortex. that
Mm.
place. So I wanted to ask about. Ooh, we've got storms rolling overhead. This is
Oh,
gonna be
great.
beautiful. Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about your residencies because you also taught in university. She's done a couple of university teaching stints, and
Yeah.
they've just. I mean, I was just reading stuff on her website, but some of the comments that some of her students wrote were things like she was able to really understand each student's gifts and really hone in on that, and she could really tell what your strengths were and just nurture that. So how was that for you being a teacher and a guide? And
Oh,
stuff?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I really loved it. And where I did the residency, so the first one was in Finland, and it was by accident. I was meant to be doing a residency with a cellist, and he took off. So it was just me, and the guys, one of the teachers said, do you want to, maybe do something with the students? Oh, okay. And it all just really flowed, and the students themselves were amazing, really open-minded, very experimental, and and I could just see these gifts shining in these young people, and you just kind of want to nurture it. And because I've collaborated with people in the past, like there were people who were into music, or artists who touched on a bit of music, so we could sort of bring that out a bit more, and painters who were kind of interested in films, so I would bring that out, So the first one we worked together for a month, and created a show in a really old theatre, like an old haunted theatre, and it was just magical.
Yeah.
I just really loved it, and of course you just fall in love with every student because they're just so pure and motivated, you know, and just open, really open. They never say no. Oh no, I'm not going to. Oh yeah, okay, great.
That's the thing with art, creative, musical type individuals, people in general. They're just open, aren't they?
Yeah, I think you have to be. It's that thing of like that really the muse coming through you and or channeling whatever it is, you know, if that's the way you want to go, rather than doing your work in a really structured, regimental sort of way, which some people do, and it can be highly successful and commercial. But you know, commercial. But if you want to, you know, maybe develop more of an artistry and really then hone your own strengths. Yeah. It's a different thing, isn't it? It's really, being open.
It's that artistry, like when you tap into your own kind of juju. That's the only word.
Absolutely.
No one else has that, what you have.
No.
You need to kind of
only you can bring that into the world, which is quite an amazing thought, isn't it?
Inga does this so well. You know what? It's so strange because every time she writes a song or an album or the way she sings it, it's almost like she's extracted or extrapolated a part of me that I haven't been able to express.
No.
And I'm like, oh my God, this woman knows where it's at. Like, there's very few people that, you know, and this is going to be different and unique for, you know, to each individual, but you get different music and art and culture
exactly.
that touches you.
And it kind of helps. It kind of tells a bit of your story. I went to Berlin and did a gig, and this lady came up to me and she said, actually this happened twice. So my first album, which, you know, was really loose and I don't play it to anyone. But anyway, it kind of found its way out into the world a little bit. And she said, our whole relationship is based around your album. Like, we'd say to each other, song 3, and just walk out the door, you know, and the other person have to sit through this, whatever it was. Yeah, so, you know, I think that must happen with music and art and whatever, film, it kind of, I know that film does it for me, especially, like it just hits home.
It's a creative process. I mean, I love French films, like, definitely French films, it's just something. I just sometimes I don't have words for it. Isn't it a joke when you can't find the words?
No. Well, this is it, isn't it? Sometimes it's just captured in an art form much better than what we can actually express with words. Words kind of futile a bit. Yeah, that's right.
So even like just when you listen to this interview, tell it people guys.
Yeah, just making whale sounds.
And you are my boy, a children's sticks.
Yeah.
But there was also I remember, when was it? You was like reading Inga's bio, like during her early days, I think there was a record label, I don't remember who it was, but someone had said, oh my God, the way you sort of created music makes me sort of not understand it and recreate it. As a compliment. And I actually love that. The fact that music can completely shift someone's reorientation of what they think it's supposed to be or what it's supposed to sound like. And she, you know, she not only just, you know, like completely trashes the boundaries of what genres are, but, you know, she really delicately she just smashes the boundaries to pieces.
Got to smash those boundaries. Yeah. But you know, that particular that particular conversation was with. So I was making music with a lady, and we had this group called Hell Grind, and it was really full on. It was my first writing ventures, and the songs were just ludicrous. I don't even know what we're on about. They would wear like these old-fashioned 50s swimsuits with wigs and biker boots. That was our stage get up. We had a few guys in the band and they had to wear dresses or nighties or something. Yeah. Pretty funny. Nice. Anyway, so the music was really out there. Someone described it as Tori Amos doing Led Zeppelin. Like it was, we were just trying to prove ourselves, you know, in the man's world. Yeah. And it was a big a record label dude, like one of the bigger labels, and he was screaming at us down the phone. You made me feel like I don't understand you. And the girl I was riding with, we looked at each other and went, yeah, cool.
That's exactly what we wanted
All
to
right,
do.
see ya. That's all we wanted to hear.
Yeah. I know I'm on the right path.
Yeah, that's
when I'm not making you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
And
like-
you see that in like, you know, like the mainstream commercial music when, you know, people like Prince and George Michael are trying to battle their, you know, their labels because they get to that certain point where they really want that creative integrity, that artistic control.
Absolutely.
And they're being told how to, and it sort of just stunts your.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, and that would be horrible. I remember, you know, having some dinners with labels, bigger labels, and them saying, well, you know, you can do your writing, but then we come into the studio. And I'm thinking, but yeah, do you play an instrument? do you you know, yeah, but, you know, I'd want the chorus repeated.
Oh, God.
And I was thinking, oh, my God, we'll be making ad music, you know. Next I'll be making jingles with you.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I mean, maybe it would have been lovely, who knows, but no, I don't think it would have been.
So tell me about
love
the
creative
French
control.
labels. Yeah. Is that like the French label? I mean,
Oh, they're
the record
great.
company, yeah, are they sort of give you
Well-
more free rein?
So this new label, they're like a world music label. So they don't care if there's no single. They just want it to be really, you know, classy, quality music that moves people. Yeah, so it's really great. I'm really glad to be with them and not have that weird pressure because
Yeah, who wants that?
I wouldn't know a hit if I fell over it. You know, I really wouldn't.
That's why I've gravitated towards INGA. I do not know what's in the top 40
Yeah.
charts these days. No idea.
No can do.
I'm still stuck in the 80s. Like, I'm very retro. Someone needs to send like a search party to get me back out of the 80s.
Where is she? Yeah.
But, I mean, okay, so you spent most of this time in France, Europe, and her songs, her ballads, I mean, they range, you know, so much. I mean, the themes of love, you know, like love lost, love found, love broken, love unrequited, love, all kinds of love. And I always wonder, you know, like where her inspiration is drawn from. Does she have all these different kind of, you know, little twists and stuff? No, Inga actually found herself the love of her life in France.
Yes, I've got my partner.
She's got a partner.
But once you find one, you don't write so many songs. Oh, God. So you have to use your imagination then. And they have to let you do that. And know that not every song's going to be about them.
Yeah.
Like, get over it. Because otherwise you'd be too stifled.
Oh, because I wonder, I'm like, wow, that, I, you know, I always wonder, like, that's probably me in multiple different dimensions, that song. Like, I have these, you know, this crazy imagination, like,
Yeah.
you know, I've just fallen for this psychopath, Bloodstain, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I've fallen for many a psychopath.
I think that's another thing.
Yeah. Oof.
No, but this, like the music just touches you at this delicate, raw, unnerving, but you just, you're gripped. All I can say is that you're gripped, and very, very, very few musicians do that for me in the way that Inga does. So really,
thanks.
you know, I'm hoping that some big mega, I don't know, movie producer sees this, and she's going to be doing the soundtrack for the next
Movie
major.
producer. Yeah, look, music for
French
films.
film.
French film.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Get me.
Yeah.
Women. We've got to encourage the women. You know, it's only a very, very small percentage of women writers in film, like something like 7% or something. It's really ridiculously low. So that has to change. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a bit of a man's world, but we're trying to, you know,
We're going to break
equality.
Exactly, and I think, you know, it's kind of getting in front of the right audience, and now with, you know, YouTube and social media and internet,
Yeah, the
people
stuff
are
gets
able to
around.
find you more.
Yeah, but there's so much stuff, isn't
that's
there?
the thing,
There's so
now
much.
there's so
There's a lot of
much.
really good stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
You've got to wade through often to get
find
the,
it. And that's,
it's there.
you know what, the thing why I've gotten back to doing these interviews and on YouTube now is when I did do the radio show and I was sort of interviewing unsigned musicians, like I would get demos come in every week, and the amount of beautiful, amazing, raw, just talented musicians that come through that were never able to get airplay.
Yeah.
That it just broke my heart because I wanted to play so many different people and wanted to get them on air. And, so that's my thing. So my thing is to find beautiful, best kept hidden secret treasures like INGA and then sort of broadcast them to the rest of the world because they're just magical.
That's a great thing too. Yeah, great intention because there is so much out there and it needs to be heard.
Yeah.
And it may not have been picked up, by the label that wants kind of, mass-produced stuff that might sound a bit like this and this, and where can we pigeonhole it,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
Oh, no. There's so much great, beautiful music, and we need to broaden everyone's
and just
listening
support
horizons.
Each other,
We
really need to support each other rather than like competitive. And I know it's so hard because everyone's trying to compare. Even when they say, "Oh, well, you sound a little bit like Tori Amos and Liljeström," and sometimes you, as a musician, you take it as a compliment, but you want to be your own unique sound. You don't want to be like But it's hard because there was a great interview. Review, I think, where someone was saying that she's better than Björk, like without the
something or other.
You're gonna have to check the review. but honestly, like I haven't found. Yeah, everyone's different and everyone's unique, and I think some people have great voices, but maybe they haven't actually tapped into their unique soul voice. Like it's just this great singing. Maybe it's opera.
Technically,
it's a technical, great
technical
voice.
Exercise.
But then there's no soul behind it, and I always wonder what's that. They'll do the shrills and the vocal gymnastics. Sounding great like every other commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is not supposed to sound like a judgment observation. It's just an observation.
Yeah. It just depends what you want to go for because that voice is a lot more accepted too amongst the masses. So that is like a really great gift as well. And then if you've got something that's more unusual, then that's a great gift, but it can be more difficult to work with. It's like a gift, but it's a two-edged sword,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's, I think a lot of people, they might have that voice, that something a little bit left of centre, a little bit alternative, strange, unique. They don't, because they're not classed as mainstream, because they're not commercially viable, or because they don't sound like everyone else. They sort of, just recede into the distance kind of thing. And,
absolutely. Yeah.
So, all right. So tell me about these other ventures and projects you have coming through. Like I know you do some sound bars and sound.
Oh yes.
Tell me about that. How you got into that?
Okay. So when I'd been searching. So we've lived in the UK for the last 2 years, and when I was in Paris, towards the end of our time there, I was really itching to expand just somehow. It's like, oh God, my soul needs something new to do. And when we got to, I was thinking about maybe music therapy. I thought, I'd like music to, I want to be useful to the world, with sound or whatever it is. And so I went to a sound bath, and it was a gong bath run by this woman. And, we were all lying on the mats, and then she started with the gongs, and I just had never felt anything like it. It was like, being on some sort of drug without the weird, side effects. Could I step away from it afterwards? And and it was really amazing. It's just like everything kind of aligned in me, and everything made sense.
Yes.
I had visions of my life, and like it was just like little pictures. And all in perfection of like, yes. It was. So I just thought, wow, this could be really wonderful to do also. So instantly I found a course and I studied, and now I do sound baths, and I teach at the college as well. So what do they call it? Academy, there we go.
Ooh.
Academy. And I give one-to-one sessions as well. And it's all about basically healing with sound, healing with frequency.
So massive now that the sound healing is huge.
Yeah.
And you're right, like you when you get that tonal, somehow everything sort of falls into place, and you sort of, if your soul's fractured or whatever, and you're sort of scattered energetically. Yeah. Just the harmonics seem to just bring you back into alignment.
Exactly, and it's really great for reducing your stress levels and I mean, there's all sorts of things. Do it with the one-on-one work. It was like, you know, migraines or fears. It's great for phobias because, you know, I mean, you've got to do the work yourself, but you can use the sound to really aid you, you know, so you can go really deep inside yourself and do some work, which only you can do, really.
Exactly. But it
it's
helps.
great to be a facilitator, yeah.
Yeah, because I know that I was staying in the Blue Mountains for a few months ago and found it in Blackheath, this beautiful little store, and there was this little Tibetan Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And it said, pick me up.
Yeah, great.
You know, so I did, and I just, because I never have any luck.
Getting
it just never happens for me.
Around the rim.
Doesn't matter how much I do it. But this one, I did it once, and it went on for minutes and minutes and minutes. And the store owner was like, I've never heard it played like that. And I went, I think it's wanting me to take it home.
Great. So you got it?
Yeah, it was the Crown.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
And it was just beautiful. It just, and you're right, it just brings you your energy.
It does. It gets rid of all the, you know, all the noise in the head, and just not try and get the mind too involved in what is going outside either. It's just like an acceptance, but also this beautiful, you know, frequencies, all these overtones that are really, you know,
I have a question.
encompassing
Have you
you. Hi, Dougie.
incorporated that into your music? Like, do you use
I've used a little bit, say, on the nature, the wild Antarctica, but not other things yet. I'm just trying to work out a way to incorporate this stuff, because a lot of people have said, oh, we want a CD to relax to, but I don't want it to sound too new agey. So it's just working out a way to make it sound really, you know, like still deep and powerful, and
you know, with something in one aspect of the song.
I've done one house concert where I did it just for maybe 5 minutes, and I looped a bowl, and then I did vocal layers, and then like an improvisation. So that was really nice. But it just worked that time, you know what I mean? Like I tried it at home. I thought, what was that? Oh well.
I know, when I was living in Bali, there was one of our neighbours next door. She was just doing crystal bowls like 8 hours a day.
Like
for the first few days, it was great and healing. After I was like, okay,
that's enough. I'm healed. Because they can become quite piercing. The crystal bowls. Yeah.
So tell me what you've got planned for next year. Like what future plans do you have? Like, I mean, she's just released We Have Tigers like last year, which is amazing. And oh my God, thank you so much for playing my favourite song.
Oh yes, I was thinking of you actually.
She played this beautiful, beautiful song, which again you're gonna have to check out her music.
Yeah, Girl of Fire.
Girl of Fire. It's like this, and I think I was telling Inga at the time, you know, on Facebook and social media. Every time she writes a song, it's at a pivotal moment in my.
That's good. I'll just write them for you. Tell me where you're at, maybe. That might be easier.
I'm like, oh no, she's done it again. It's happened twice. So.
No, that's great. Yeah.
But we're like, the inspirations you get. I mean, I know it's different for each musician, singer, songwriter, but.
Yeah.
But. How did that one happen for Girl of Fire, like, for example?
Let me just have a little think. Yeah, look, it's one of these things that I can't quite put my finger on, and I never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's
and sometimes it just does not happen for a very long time, which is very, you know, it worries me, it concerns me, because you're thinking, wow, nothing's ever going to come through again. And then the tap will be on, and the lyrics come through, and you know, it just,
Like the singer's version of Singer's Block.
Exactly.
But
Lyricists block, chordal block, everything block.
Well, you know what? I saw Stevie Nicks last month, and I was in the second row.
Oh, I love her.
And there was a moment where she spoke about this song that she played for the first time ever live in 44 years. And she said she had it in her vault. She said, I had this song. I knew I'd written it. I knew I was going to play it someday, one day. I didn't know when that one day, someday would be.
Yeah.
And it was that night in Sydney. And she said, you know what? And this is her like kind of rally pep talk, like your bliss, do what you love, sort of thing to me. But she was saying, even if you have that song or that lyric and you write and you think it's no, she's like, keep it. You never know. 44 years later, you might be singing it on stage.
Yeah, that's great.
And, you know, she sort of said it, and that's with anyone that has any passion. You know, even
Absolutely.
if you have, like a crazy, you know, landscaping business, but you really want to write a book.
Yeah.
It's taking you 20 or 30 years. It's never too. I think I'm going to be one of these late bloomer types.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. Look, you've had more experience that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, definitely. That's the only thing that worries me about music is it's a bit of an ageist art form.
Right.
And it's like, well, you know, at 18, I don't know what I was doing. I felt like I was just straight out of the womb and suddenly alone. Whereas, you know, as I get older, I've had more experience and you refine things. It's just the way it works. So, you know, it's a bit of an odd one. It doesn't happen really so much in music. In film it does too, and they're all trying to stay young. But it's a worry.
Do you have any other, I don't know, I know with some of your inspirations are quite diverse. Like I know you've got the Rolling Stones, Nick Drake, Blondie, which I pulled out because I love those guys as well.
Yeah.
But I know you did a cover last night, and I'm sort of on the side contemplating these cover things as well.
Yeah,
but
yes.
Do covers, I mean, I know you're more of your own singer-songwriter, but do they give you, I don't know, like what's the song from the Rolling Stones or Nick Drake that you love, or Blondie? Like,
yeah, okay. So if I was to perform it live, it would really have to, it does something internally to me. I can't even, it's just like, oh, it just gives me that feeling. And I would probably, like say Rolling Stones, I would probably do Play with Fire or something like that.
I was wondering which one she was going to say.
Yeah, I love that song.
But you know, I would do Wild Horses.
Oh, Wild Horses is gorgeous. But then Daryl Braithwaite did a version and just ruined it for me.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, but it is. Oh, did he? Oh, no, maybe he did. Oh, no, he did. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but I love that song too. Oh, that is just a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm. I like the stripped back version. Like, totally.
Oh, yeah, and I think also some of their older stuff like Ruby Tuesday and what's that one? What's it called? Lady Jane. You know that one? It's really old. It's bloody beautiful.
God,
yeah.
But like with I know you're saying with Nick Drake.
Nick Drake.
One song that I absolutely love, and that's Pink Moon.
That's a gorgeous song, isn't it?
I would love to hear her do Pink Moon version.
Yeah. More or less. Oh yeah, I love Riverman too. I just think that's beautiful. Oh.
Have you seen like anyone lately? Like, as in, have you gone to a gig or seen someone that you totally admire? Or
yes.
Inspired by?
I haven't actually seen this person in concert, but there's that lovely. No, what's her name though? This is going to be this. Oh my God, this could take half an hour. She's from New Zealand, and she's just. I think she hasn't been around for too long. She's kind of youngish, around 28, and she had this song. Here is your princess. Here is the horizon.
Oh gosh.
Oh God, I can't think of a name. Anyway, yeah, she's really beautiful.
Right.
You'll have to put that as a little note at the bottom of this film. Yeah. I think she's fantastic. Otherwise, the last concert I saw Björk in concert doing just with a symphony orchestra. That was just with string orchestra.
How was she?
That was great, but it was very much that album of her splitting up from her man. So it was all very.
Raw.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting because I was there in this audience of, some young groovies, and they all had their groovy gear on. And there's no beats whatsoever, but they're looking at each other like trying to feel it, and it's not about the groove. It's about like, it can be about anything. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. It was just funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But it was beautiful. I mean, she's just gorgeous. Beautiful songs.
Yeah.
Really from her gut. And then I saw Fever A. That was like a few years ago. So I haven't been to many concerts for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
And Fever A was amazing. Do you know Fever A? So that's the singer from The Knife.
Oh,
Swedish
From The
group.
Knife. Okay, yes, I know that.
Oh, and Heartbeats. That's just a beautiful song.
Do you know what? Ever since I left FBI, I've just been totally off.
Yeah,
And
right.
it's so hard because I want to get back into it, which is one sort of doing this, but the amount of good music that is out there to sift through, and the only way I went through them all was I kept hearing them on the playlist and in the library, and I was like, wow. But when you're not exposed to such diversity and alternative underbelly, you kind of, you know, you have to make an effort to really plug into that, that system.
I've had a few people send me different musics to listen to, inspirations, which has been nice from all over the world. I love that.
That's good.
And I really love that, the underwater, what are they called? Orchestra or something? Have you heard them? It's incredible.
Wow.
I think they're some Scandinavian thing, maybe they're Danish. Anyway, not quite sure. Yes. So they're in tanks, submerged in tanks, and it sounds really eerie and fabulous, and singing underwater as well. So it's all.
Oh my gosh. That is. They must be like mermaids, you know, from clams, right?
Yeah. It's just fascinating, really beautiful sound.
Yeah. Wow. That's so. I mean, just the creative, the creativity bursting through right now.
Yeah.
Left, right, and centre, because like what 30, 40 years ago, without the internet, you wouldn't have heard of these.
Oh no, exactly. It would have been totally well. It still is underground, but now it's kind of it's accessible to see and hear.
Wow.
Yeah.
So next year, do you have any new album projects on the?
Well, burner? Something.
I don't know.
On the
words.
Yeah. Well,
on the bubbler.
On the bubbler. Bubbling away. I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there waiting for my muse every day with my microphone set up, hoping she'll come back. And I think I'm sort of caught between. I always have stylistic dilemmas. I know that sounds weird because I tend to be really versatile, but I worry about that being too I did a bit of this and then I do it. It's like, oh God, that's just so confusing, everyone. Yeah. But I think in a way that's just what it is I do. Yeah. But it's a funny thing because it's also the thing I fight. Oh. I think that might be common in people anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you think, you're sort of doing the same thing, which is the diversity, but then you think,
it might be better off just, and then I can't decide on what it is, and then I get all worried because I think, well, if I put it in this style, then I can't do that, and maybe then I should just do that style. Oh, but then I can't.
Oh, and it's like me.
Terrible. Yeah, and I think that should not. That is just the dressing, Yeah. It should just be about what's coming through on the soul.
Yeah, and I think that like. If I stay true to that, doing this and because every so often I might get pulled by the current, the current of what is cool or mainstream or blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Whatever. And it's hard to fight the current, especially if you feel like you're caught in this cultural rip curl.
Yeah.
You feel like you have to go. But I just totally admire people like Inga that just go there and play, do their own thing, and because they pick up. Your fan base are such loyal followers, and I think that probably goes without saying with a lot of people. But when you find that unique something, and that's what I'm sort of aiming to do with these interviews, is that is getting to know the soul, the person behind either the music or the book or the film or what have you.
Yeah,
I've always been fascinated by your lyrics and just the nuances of your music, because it just takes you into another place, and it's sort of like you can press pause on life and stop, and you sort of slipstream into a different dimension.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of people contacted me over the years. They might be doing the dishes and they'll be listening to it, and they're in a totally different world. And think, well, that's great. That's part of that's. Something. That's a gift, hopefully, that I'm giving people.
Yeah, it is.
You're kind of trying to work out what you're giving sometimes because you're thinking, God, is this all just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
think all artists probably think that.
Like, you just, you were saying, like, what can I do? Music therapy. Like, even without the sound, healing the sound baths, like, your music stands alone, like, your voice stands alone. Like, even just when people know who they are and they sort of walk into a room, their presence sort of stands alone if they know who they are, what they're doing. Like, it just
exactly. It's really about being aligned, isn't it, with your truth? Yeah. I've just been reading a little bit more of Women Who Run with the Wolves.
Clarissa Pinkola says yes.
Yes,
Love it.
just wonderful. And just drawing so much from that, you know, all the bits that we kind of cut off or whatever to become more normal or whatever it is. And it's like, forget it.
Yeah.
Just, you've got to start bringing the bits back in.
Yeah.
And reclaiming
them.
Yeah. Reclaiming. It's big.
Like
It really is true though, because,
Yeah, it's so true. Like, she has so many archetypal stories, but they really hit home in that place that has been forgotten.
Yeah.
Or, you know, needs some dusting off.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think, you know, there's such an uprising or a resurgence of the divine feminine, but at the same time, our brothers, like the divine masculine. And I know for some people out there, they're like, oh God, here we go, new age is spiritual.
Divine what?
You know,
Yeah.
I think our masculine counterparts also need that to come out, because they're also being,
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
Well,
Well, there's
archetype.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. They can't quite fit in there anymore either. So
yeah.
it's about everyone, you know, finding their truth
Music
again
is-
and whatever.
I'm like, you know, I just think music and art is such a huge vehicle, medium to
Yeah.
get us there. Like,
Yep.
it's just,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
honest.
Yeah,
and,
yep.
raw, and it's, you know, if you come from that source, that place.
Yeah, well, it's therapeutic, not only
Yeah.
for the artist doing it, but also, hopefully,
Yeah.
you know, it's for those people who aren't expressing that stuff at the time. You know what I mean? And it gives them a vent. Yeah.
What do you what would you say to someone who maybe is over 40 and wants to get back into, you know, their creative, like,
Yeah.
thinking, oh look, I used to sing when I was 10 or 12, and I
Yeah,
don't anymore because my
yeah.
kids think that I sound like a cat
Ah.
with an organ pipe.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say to someone who had been shut down?
Oh.
But,
Reclaim it,
Still
because, you know, you really just have to do it, even if it's just for you at first. And, you know, it doesn't matter about an audience. If that happens, great. But just, it's so powerful and centering anyway
yeah.
to do all that stuff. And it's just so good for your soul, because your soul needs expression, and it can't just, it needs artistic ventures. Everyone's does, not just people who are, you know, so-called born with a gift, or they've honed a gift over the years.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, get the paints out, do whatever you can, because amazing things can just, whoa.
And it's
You
like
know,
that,
there's-
isn't it? Like, you just don't know where that little path would go. Like, you just never know where
Exactly,
that is. Like,
you know,
sees it,
yeah.
who hears it.
Writing lyrics
some of
is
them-
really great, you know, doing your morning pages and just scribbling it out, and you might find some beautiful words in there. You might not. You might find some very dark stuff, which, you know,
But even
often the
then,
case.
the dark stuff is like...
That's kind of great too. It needs to be
Brilliant,
expressed, you know,
yeah.
no need to fear that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like, have there been any other mediums that you would explore outside of music?
Oh.
I know you've got this amazing, would you even call it a home video? No, it's just this experimental film when she was living in Paris. That is just, oh my God.
It's
It's,
pretty-
bloody amazing.
It's a bit long. I could have shortened it, but I'm trying to shorten it now. Now I
No,
forget
no,
how to use the
it's great.
program. How do I edit? Oh, jeez.
Ah.
I was in the flow before.
It's so good. Again, I'm going to check out all the links that I post
Ah.
at the bottom of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Oh, that was just great fun. So I would love to work with film. I don't think I've got a very good eye as such. You know what I mean? Like, some
I think
people have
it's
just
a
got.
great eye.
Oh, thank you. But, you know, like, say my sister, I feel like she's got this amazing eye. When she takes a photograph, I'm just like, God, I wouldn't think of that in a million years.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but I love film, and I love watching film, and I just think that would be such a beautiful thing to explore. I also love collage
Yeah.
with paint and
That's
you know,
right.
bits out of the magazine, and you
Yeah,
do
you
you,
did your own album cover for
yeah,
Tigers,
yeah,
like
yeah. I
yourself.
did all the artwork in there, and I just, it was really nice to do. It's really therapeutic as well, just playing with paper and
Well, that's interesting
paint.
when you're talking about your sister doing the photographs, because when I was in high school, photography was one of my passions, and I remember being able to skip PE, sports, to do photography, because my sports teacher was also my photography teacher.
Oh, that's good.
So it was always like, okay, you can
Yeah,
do photography.
yeah.
Because I'd always come first in photography, and then I let that die. Like, so
Oh.
all this strange stuff. that
Yeah,
just
right.
Kind of,
Just, you know, there's no time like the present, is there?
Yeah.
And we just don't, I think the thing is, don't worry about years. I mean, we've just got this this thing, this stretch. It's like, yeah, just do it, whatever. Doesn't matter if you're 5 or you're 50 or 70. Just, you know, there's this Icelandic singer, and she's only just started putting records out.
Oh.
She's like, she must be in her 70s or something.
Oh, that's so cool.
And she plays the stuff on the piano, and she records it on a little tape deck.
Oh.
So, you know, we're talking cassette, and runs the cassette down to the CD place, and they, you know, put it on there for her. So
How cute.
there's no rules. You just got to do it while you can, and get that part of yourself out of the way that interferes, because, you know, we've all got that.
Yeah. I think that's a really, really good just reminder, because there are people out there reminding others to, you know, it's not too late. Like yesterday, I think on Instagram, I think I follow John Cusack, and he posted, he was John Cusack.
The actor? No.
The actor, yeah, the actor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the actor.
Is his name John?
John Cusack, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Really tall dude.
yeah, right.
We posted something by F. Scott Fitzgerald about it's never too late, you know, to do all this sort of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, it's perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because it's only when you're not doing it that you worry about stuff like that. But when you're in it, that just evaporates.
Yeah.
It really does, because you're being present. And when you're worrying about it and you're distant from it and going, oh my God, you know, the years are accumulating, I never did it. It's because you're not in the flow, you're not doing it. And if you just step then into it, that all just goes away, because you're in that beautiful, glorious feeling of you know, being a channel.
When people talk about being in like a sport zone or the music art zone.
It's like the flow of creativity. Yep.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, it sounds like it's so easy for some people to be in that flow, and for others, it's just not. What is that like? Because they,
because you have to wait there patiently, and you've got to make effort. You know, you just have to do it, and you've got to sit there. It's like I've read quite a few Nick Cave interviews, and he's just saying, you know, he goes to his office every day, whether he's feeling creative or not, because he's scared the muse will leave him. And it's like, you know, that's a big.
Huge.
It's a commitment.
Yeah,
it is a commitment to your craft. Yeah, exactly. It's really important. And I go through months and sometimes years of like, and I just have to sit there and I write a pile of, you know, poo. It's just like, what is this? But anyway, and you sit there, and then suddenly, then it's like the gods go, turn the tap on now. She's, you know.
I gotta remember that.
Yeah, kind of penance.
It comes in like all the time, like, you know, shower, I mean, like all kind of places, doesn't it? Like, it's interesting. It's really interesting that, or it might be when I wrote quite a bit of stuff, and I was like, geez, the tap is so on, and I was staying at my sister's house, and I'd go and sit on the back steps, and there'd be carawongs all around, and stuff would just flow through every day, new thing. It's like, I don't even understand this, but I'm just going to... And I'm not sure if it's because of the place, and it's like, you know, it's just you being in the right place at the right time, and there is some energy flowing through there. I think that there's definitely magic when there's some sort of synchronicity in the universal lines, you know, like there's some alignment somehow where...
Oh, definitely. I really believe that too.
You know? And honestly, seriously, I'm about to do a couple of... This is one of my projects, but without bumping into, you know, without getting into that particular cab and that particular night and that particular 10, 15 minutes, we wouldn't be here.
Absolutely.
Like, seriously, the friggin' domino effect.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was my first interview too. That was lovely.
Look, I still remember that interview and probably have it on a CD.
Oh my God! It might be embarrassing.
Somewhere, I do not know where.
It might have been vaguer than usual, probably. Oh my God, I'm being interviewed.
No. You know what? Cut out. She's still the same. She's 12 years. Like, she's completely. This is what music does. Like, this is like the youthful aging treatment. Forget all the crap commercial stuff.
Just get yourself some 50s glasses and hide.
Play the music. Now, I don't know. Like, shall we get you to play some?
Oh yeah.
I was going to say play. She's going to play an air mandolin.
I'm playing air guitar.
But we know we'll we'll find another beautiful place here in the cemetery and see if
Yeah.
we can serenade.
Yeah, serenade. Maybe, hopefully it won't be too gusty with the wind, but I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay,
So let's do that.
shall we do it? Great. So I rode my wildest horse. It knew the way home, and the storms had my weathered soul, and on his strong backbone I let him feel the weight of me. I let him feel the weight of me. He said, it's true what they say about love. It's a bird out of hand and my heart is full of doubt. And I was warned of your loving ways. I was warned and I did stray. With your hair as black as Jesus, and your words become my scriptures. He said, you will lose yourself tonight, and in my arms you'll find your flight. For it's true what they say about love. It's a bird out of hand and my heart is full of doubt. So I rode my wildest horse. It knew the way home, and the storms down my weathered soul, and on his strong backbone I let him feel the weight of me. I let him feel the weight of me.